This is a First Alert Weather Day on WAFF 48.
Yeah, we're talking about two potential rounds of strong to severe storms. One coming in late this evening, overnight into early Thursday morning. Another round of strong to severe storms tomorrow afternoon and evening. A lot to get to regarding your severe weather threat.
And breaking news overnight, a house fire in Madison County early this morning. We'll have details on that coming up.
A piece of our community is gone.
Yeah, the nation is mourning after a mass shooting at Michigan State University. We now know the names of those victims and remembering their legacy.
This is a First Alert Weather Day on WAFF 48.
Yeah, Eric has been very busy this morning tracking the threat of severe weather potentially today and tomorrow.
Yeah, two rounds, maybe even more waves, especially coming in for your Thursday. But late today into the evening and overnight hours, periods of heavy rainfall, maybe some strong to severe storms. And our threat tonight will mainly be along and west of I-65, of course, out into Mississippi and to our southwest. But we'll see some strong to maybe severe storms developing, damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain and flooding. And yes, there is a tornado threat tonight. I think the more substantial and significant tornado threat will be likely tomorrow afternoon and evening. A few showers still on the radar. Have the umbrella as we are expecting some periods of rain through the day today. It's going to start to feel very spring-like. Make sure you're going over that severe weather plan. Secure some loose outdoor items. And we always ask you to have multiple ways to receive watches and warnings as they are issued. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast, watching for storms developing as early as this afternoon. A lot to cover on this Wednesday morning. Details on your First Alert Weather Days coming up.
All right, Eric, thank you. In breaking news overnight, Madison firefighters fought off an early morning house fire. This is near Gooch Lane. It happened along Eastville Drive in Madison around 1 this morning. Emergency crews say the fire broke out on the first and second floor of the house inside a wall. We are learning that 3 adults were inside that home, but they escaped in time and they were not injured. Officials say a wall had to be pulled out to extinguish the fire before it spread to the rest of the house. Fire officials are investigating the cause. And now to an update to a story we brought you as breaking news. A murder suspect wanted by Huntsville police has turned himself into authorities. This man, London Goodwin, is accused of shooting and killing Richard McCorley. That shooting happened in Huntsville at Onyx Apartments on Galaxy Way Sunday afternoon. Now, investigators believe this stemmed from a domestic dispute. Now, Goodwin is charged with murder and is being held in the Madison County Jail without bond. Well, a jury found a Decatur man guilty of capital murder. As we reported, police say Jason Osborne killed Ricardo Brown during a 2018 robbery. Police responded to a possible hit and run along 12th Avenue Northwest and found Brown unresponsive and bleeding. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Now, police say Osborne was driving the car that hit Brown during a robbery. Osborne is awaiting sentencing in Morgan County. Well, new this morning, a former Florence Parks and Rec director faces several charges, accused of pointing a gun at her son and firing it. According to our partners at Times Daily, police say they arrested Regina Gresham for domestic violence and reckless endangerment. Police say Gresham told her son to leave a property that they say that he lived on, but it's unknown if she owned the property. But when he refused to leave, police say Gresham fired a shot into the air and then shot toward her son. When police arrived, she admitted to drinking and firing a shot at her son's home. She's now out of jail on bond. And now to Walker County. We're hearing from a civil rights attorney that's in shock after seeing this video. The surveillance video shows jail staff carrying an inmate and placing him on the ground. They then put him in a deputy's cruiser to go to the hospital. But according to the lawsuit filed by the inmate's mother, the inmate was placed in a restraint chair of some type and then in a freezer and left for hours. He later died of hypothermia. This has some people outraged, many even protesting outside the Walker County Jail. Now, a civil rights attorney says jail staff should have intervened if someone is calling for help. And when it comes to the restraint chair, the attorney says the jail can put people in one if that person is harming themselves or others, but the attorney says there are protocols in place for staff to check on that person periodically.
So that their vital signs are checked, that they're given an opportunity to stretch, that they're given water, use the restroom. They can't just leave you for an extended period of time unable to leave.
And now the Alabama law enforcement agency is investigating his death. Well, we are learning the names of all 3 Michigan State University students killed by a gunman Monday night. Brian Frazier was a sophomore. He was also the president of his fraternity at Michigan State. People describing him as a great friend. And other victims were Ariel Anderson and Alexandria Verner, both juniors at MSU, and 5 more students were critically injured. MSU police say the 43-year-old gunman, Anthony McRae, shot himself during a confrontation and died. But police say he may have been planning more. They say they found a notebook in his pocket that said he was planning other shootings in New Jersey. Police also say he had a history of mental health issues. But as you can imagine, there have been many vigils across the nation. This is video of a candlelight vigil held in Clawson, Michigan, to honor Alexandria Verner. Those who knew her came to reflect on her life.
Al was one of a kind. Great student, great person, great kid. Always had a positive word to say. Terrific young lady. There's nothing else to say.
Alex was the epitome of a high school student athlete. She was the best we have. She is going to be dearly missed. A piece of our community is gone with Al.
And tonight, another vigil is planned on the campus of Michigan State. Well, new this morning, residents in Morgan County, if you were affected by the severe storms last month in January, now you can get in-person help. This is according to our partners at Decatur Daily. So FEMA has opened a disaster recovery center at Turner Searles Community Center in Decatur. So this is where you can go and get help applying for disaster aid. FEMA doesn't know, though, how long it will keep that center open, but they say it will remain open at least through Friday.
Today is a 48 First Alert Weather Day.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for almost a week now, the threat for strong to severe storms tonight and also through most of the day on Thursday. Here's the timeline now. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going to happen this afternoon and when we will see those storms initiating, but it's likely going to be later this evening, overnight into tomorrow morning. Then we'll have a wave of strong to severe storms, likely severe as a cold front moves through tomorrow by late morning into the afternoon. So 2 days, multiple rounds of storms coming through, low clouds, some wet pavement from the overnight rain showers. Temperatures are comfortable, though, in the 50s and 60s. That is our weather maker out there toward the Four Corners. We'll continue to see that Gulf moisture streaming into the Tennessee Valley. And given the amount of moisture, it's not only the fuel for those severe storms, but potentially some locally heavy rain that could lead to flash flooding. Your timeline and impacts for the next 2 days coming up.
This is your First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
A live look at Madison 565. Eric just talking about the rain last night, and the roads are wet. Traffic, more and more cars now as we're past that 6 a.m. hour and that morning commute in full swing. Most locations okay. Shoals, if you travel in Russellville to Florence, up towards Leoma, through Fayetteville and Sewanee doing just fine. Areas east and south of Huntsville, no problems. Minor accident on Memorial Parkway just by English Road, slowing things down north and south, but that's been out there now for about 15-20 minutes. I think a minor crash will be clearing that up soon. So travel times, Russellville to Florence, you're going to take 29 minutes to take 43 north. Jeff Road to Gate 9, 12 minutes. And if you have a flight out of the Huntsville airport today and you're leaving from Athens, if you take 65 to 565, it'll take you 24 minutes.
All right, I like those new drive times, Jeff. Those are cool. All right, speaking of driving, if you have an electric vehicle, more charging stations are coming to the city of Huntsville. 48's Megan Plaka breaking it all down. And it is National School Resource Officer Appreciation Day, and we sure do appreciate them. We're going to highlight some of those up next.